Have you been wanting to do jiu-jitsu and wondering if it's too late for you, if you missed the boat? You know, with the rising trends of jiu-jitsu, everybody's training now. But you know what? This is the perfect time to train, is now. We're gonna show you guys 7 steps to start jiu-jitsu now. This is Hernando.
I'm Amanda.
And we're jiu-jitsu black belts. We've owned several schools and taught thousands of students. And today we're gonna show you 7 steps on how to make those first couple steps. Number 1 is gonna be, why are you even starting jiu-jitsu? What intrigued you about jiu-jitsu? What is your why? Are you looking to learn self-defense? Do you have fear of the uncertainty that we live in today? Are you looking to compete and earn medals? Have you been watching the latest trends of no-gi jiu-jitsu and you're like, wow, I want to do that?
If we don't know our why, it's going to be very difficult to get to that point, right? So one thing we have to do whenever we have a goal is stop and say, why do I want to do this? Is it so my kids have a father or a mother who is able to defend them? Is it because I've always wanted to compete and I've never gotten out there? Is it because you were in the military and you missed the camaraderie of being with other people and you just want a good community? Is it that, you know, you're kind of lacking confidence and you want to improve your self-confidence? These are all questions that we need to sit down and break apart so that we understand where we're trying to go.
Number 2 is going to be research. Before you do anything, don't just walk into the school down the street. Go ahead on Google, type in jiu-jitsu near me, and you're going to see several schools. Jiu-jitsu is growing worldwide, so don't be surprised that there is a school near you. But don't settle for just the first one. Go ahead and look at the reviews. Do they have 500 reviews? Do they have 300 reviews? Do they have 1,000 reviews? Do they have 5 stars, 4.9? Do they only have 10 reviews and those 10 are all 5 stars? Me personally, if I see something, rather be a restaurant, a jiu-jitsu school, and I only see 10 reviews, 20 reviews, and they're all 5 stars, I might want to step away from that one. It might be friends and family members that gave you 5 stars on that one. But for me, anytime I look at jiu-jitsu or if I look at a restaurant and if I see 4.3, 4.7, 500 reviews, 1,000, 2,000 reviews, and there's some bad ones in there, I tend to look at those first and see how the owner responded to them, right? If it was kind of like blaming the finger at the other person, then you can kind of see what the integrity of the owner is like. But if you see that they handled the review pretty well, then that's when most likely I'm like, okay, because you know, the more people you serve, you're gonna have some people that are just not fans of that person, the culture, whatever the case might be. So that would be something that I would do my research on.
In the research, it's also important that we're taking a look at the location. Is it close enough for you to drive to realistically? If it's an hour and a half away, it might be awesome, but if you're not going to be able to go there 2-3 times a week at least, then it's kind of a waste of your time, to be honest, unless you just want an experience. And their schedule, right? If you work until 6 o'clock every night and all their classes start at 6 o'clock, well, you're probably going to need to find a different school unless you want to do private lessons there. So just being realistic about what you actually can accommodate in your schedule, in your routine, in your time, and what you cannot will save you frustration from going to a school, getting excited and realizing it's not going to be a good fit.
Step number 3 is going to be make that phone call. There's something about making the phone call and picking up. That way you can hear the tone of either the front desk person or the actual instructor. If we're very rude, right, or maybe it takes 4 or 5 days to get back to you, that tends to be a red flag. At least that's what I think. But if they're very professional, very smiling, very inviting, very intrigued on asking you questions and why you want to do jiu-jitsu and making it about you, that's going to be a for sure winner.
Picking up the phone call really allows you to quickly determine whether they're running a jiu-jitsu school as a hobby or as a business. And if you just want to go there and train and you want cheap jiu-jitsu, then maybe the hobby is the place for you. But if you're really looking to excel, grow in jiu-jitsu, and have structure, you're going to want to find a person answering the phone that treats it like it's a business. That's also going to reflect in every communication you have going forward. Whether there's a billing concern, you need to freeze your membership, anything, knowing that when you call them, there's a level of professionalism is going to determine the overall outcome you're going to have as a student.
Step number 4. Now it's time. So you booked your class, you spoke to the instructor, maybe you sent an email, maybe you clicked on the link and it set it all up for you. Do the class now. Make sure you fill out the waiver, If they have you jump into class without filling a waiver, run. That's an automatic red flag. They're not being professional, right? Do the class. Is it a beginner only class? Is it an all levels class? Is it what's called an open mat where you just jump in and you're sparring and you don't know what to do? That tends to be a red flag. So if you're sparring the first day or even the second day, that should be a red flag. For us, what we found is having our brand new students wait a certain period. For us, we have a beginner program called Gracie Combatives, and we want people to go through that program and understand the 36 techniques that are used most commonly in street fight against an untrained opponent. Once we see people graduate out of that program, now they move on to the advanced program, and that's where they get into the sparring. For us, it takes a little bit longer to spar, but we believe that safety is number one, and for you to understand the basics is going to be a proven path to success. Instructor or any of the assistant instructors that are teaching the class, are they inviting? Are they making sure you have a very good experience? Is safety a top concern for you? That's going to be a for sure winner. If the place is clean, cleanliness is going to be everything, right? There are staph infections, ringworm, skin infections that you can catch if the school is not clean. Is everyone smiling? Is everyone going out of their way to say hi to you? That's going to be a for sure winner as well.
Culture is really important. Knowing what kind of environment you want to be in and then holding to your guns, so to speak. So if you want to be in a family-based culture, then what you should expect is no cussing, no swearing. You should expect people aren't walking around without shirts on and kind of beating their chest and trying to prove that they're the best. If you want an MMA environment, you're like, I want to compete, I want to go hard, then honestly, that's the kind of environment you're going to walk into. You're going to walk into a culture that's very high on egos and needing to prove themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's just the competition world. Now, there will be varying skills, right? You're going to have some schools that are really heavy into competition. They're not going to be walking around with their shirts off. They're going to have a level of respect, but there's still going to be that competitive environment where it's going to be a little bit more grindy, right? And then you'll also have on the opposite, or on that far end of the spectrum, you'll have people walking around without their shirts on, walking around without shoes on, a little bit grimy. So obviously, if you're looking for competition, we would really encourage you to find the one that people are respectful, they're not cussing. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more grindy. If you're looking for a self-defense based school, then still we want to have that respect, that, you know, no cursing, politeness, encouraging one another. Be aware of what you're looking for. And as a female, I would say be really aware of the kind of environment you're allowing yourself to go into. Unfortunately, in this kind of sport, there are some men that can be very predatory. And so having open eyes to see, like, I don't really like how he's looking at me, or I don't feel comfortable when I roll with him, or he just gives me the creeps. Like, listen to those indicators and know that it's okay to walk away and say, this is not a place for me. I don't feel comfortable. Now, you can stay there if it's just one person and tell the owner and tell the instructor. And again, culture, you're going to find out really quickly. We've had a couple incidences over the years like that. And we always handled it very, very quickly. My husband shut it down super fast. It wasn't a thing. And that shows good culture. However, if you find that the instructor, the owner is dismissive, that's a surefire sign you don't want to stay in that school.
Step number 5, committing to the academy. Now you found your school, you found your tribe, you found your instructor, fits into your schedule, it fits into your life, doesn't take away from your family time, commit to it. What we found that when people do about less than 3 classes within 30 days, chances are 99% of the time, they're gonna end up quitting jiu-jitsu, right? So there's always this little hump. You have to bring in jiu-jitsu into your life and make it into a new routine. And it's gonna feel very weird in the beginning. You're asking me to do what? You want me to get on top of him or her? I don't understand. You want me to hold like this? It's very awkward. So to get through that stage, we recommend that you commit. And once you're in, keep training. Don't stop. Even if things don't make sense, this is new, it's not natural. So just commit to the process and keep showing up.
Complacency kills and discipline brings excellence. If we become complacent and it's like, well, my bed's comfortable, oh, it's just easier to drive home right now, oh, well, I still have to cook dinner, I need to be with the kids, like, at the end of the day, no problem. If jiu-jitsu is not important to you, then okay, But if you're saying jiu-jitsu is important to you, I want to learn self-defense, I want to learn how to protect my children, protect myself, then there has to be a level of discipline. And the way that we can really ensure we're sticking to discipline is by setting ourselves up for success. So, for example, if I know I need to go do jiu-jitsu at, say, 6 a.m. because I have to go to work, then Amanda is going to set her uniform up the night before. Amanda's going to make sure her bag's packed. Amanda's going to make sure that she has an oatmeal ready to go or a yogurt in the fridge ready to go. That way, future Amanda just has to get out of bed, right? So we can do certain things to set ourselves up for success, and also putting it in our calendar, just like we would maybe set an appointment for a meeting or a date night, putting that in our calendar and like, this is a non-negotiable. That way we're not overbooking it because it's in our calendar. And when we want to book something at that time, we're like, oh, got a date with myself, jiu-jitsu.
This resonates with you, the way we're explaining how it is and how we run our academy. You'll be able to click the description and you'll see we're here in Post Falls, Idaho, right? If you're not in the area and you really like our vibe and our tribe, click the link for our certified training centers. We have over 270 of us worldwide, Gracie University certified training centers, and there should be one near you. Step number 6, it's gonna be make mistakes. Yes, you heard it. It's okay not to be perfect. You're a white belt, you just started. You might be in the room with a blue belt or other belts that are like white belts with 3-4 stripes, and you're comparing yourself to that level, right? Not all white belts are the same, not all blue belts are the same. It has to do with time. So you have the permission to make mistakes. You have the permission to do something weird, and you shouldn't be shamed. You're brand new, right? So another thing is going to be safety. Make sure what are your limitations and tap out early, right? That's going to be crucial for your development. Making those mistakes and asking a lot of questions. Ask your instructor. Don't feel bad because this is about you. It's your money, your time. So make those mistakes, tap early, try new things that are within that class structure, and ask questions. You shouldn't be ashamed to ask a question. Don't feel embarrassed. You're brand new. Give yourself some grace, and it's going to take time to get good at this martial art.
Let's be honest, it's very difficult to make mistakes if we're operating in pride. If pride rules us in our actions, making mistakes feels like death, because it is death to pride, right? So being really aware if we're prideful or not, throwing that out the door and saying, when I come in here, I don't operate in pride. It's okay if I lose. It's okay if I'm a 200-pound white belt man and I get tapped out by a 130-pound purple belt female. Like, it's okay because she's been training way longer than I have. And that will happen. Like, just setting it out there, like, it will. And it's okay. And know that through mistakes is how we grow. Understanding that every mistake we make is one step closer to understanding a new element, a new principle of jiu-jitsu. And it's not only okay, it's actually required, right? It's actually required in order to advance. I have never met a single person in my life of any stature of success who has not failed more times than the person who never tried.
Step number 7 is going to be review and evaluate. So it's been about 6 months. Pat yourself on the back. You got there, the 6-month milestone, you survived, you didn't quit, you're not a statistic, you kept going. So let's evaluate from where you started, where you are now. Maybe you got about 2 stripes in. For us, we keep track on our card and see how many classes we've done within that time period, what we understand, the names of the moves, whether it be the arm bar, the rear naked choke, the mount position, shrimp escape. We review and see how many times you've done that class, right? And it's also, do I remember, can I recall these if someone were to bring them out of me? Can I do this move on the other side now? Can the partner put pressure on me, a little bit of feedback, and can I still do the move? So evaluating how I was and measuring backwards, where I am now and before, measure backwards. And when you evaluate, it's important not to evaluate and compare to the person that started with you. Everyone's on a different path. Everyone gets the concepts differently. Some people get it really quickly. Some people, it takes them time. Everyone's different. Remember, this journey is about you and it's for you. Also, Do you like the vibe? You know, because these are going to be your peers, and if you're planning on doing this for a long time, you might be with these peers till black belt and beyond. Do you like your friends? Do you like the instructor? Do you like the facility? Is it clean? Have they fulfilled their end of the bargain?
Be okay if you end up realizing that it's not the best fit. If you have been seeing some growth, if people are nice, if people are encouraging, you know, and it's a good culture overall, we say stay with it for 6 months. Like, give it a fair shot. But if after 6 months, now, and let's back up. If it's not a good culture, get out right away, okay? But let's say culture's good, but you know, 6 months later, you're just kind of, you just haven't really connected with anyone yet. You're not necessarily feeling like you're growing a ton. It's okay to evaluate other schools in the area, because now you know a little bit more about jiu-jitsu, whereas before you were brand new, you're like, I don't even know what mount is. You'll learn, right? And so it's okay to start going to some other schools, checking it out and seeing, do I like where I'm at, or do I want to move around? At the end of the day, you don't have to be loyal to anyone, right? It's a business transaction. Of course, you're going to meet community. Of course, you're going to meet friends. And yeah, we don't like when people leave the academy for somewhere else. And I'm sure other academies don't really like when people leave their place for our place. But at the end of the day, we're being honest. As academy owners, you have a right to find the school or the gym, however they want to be called, that fits your needs and your desires the best. Right now is the best time to start training. And if you have a significant other that you want to train with, click the downloadable section below for our free ebook to avoid the 7 most common mistakes that jiu-jitsu couples make. It's totally free. Get it below.
We're going to go ahead and link this video right here, and it's going to be the triangle choke, how we perform the triangle choke in detail that will help you accelerate your triangles. If you found value in this video, make sure you comment, you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.